Hello and welcome to our video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection attorney in the state of Alabama. And I want to talk to you about what do you do if you want to settle an old judgment. So you were sued for whatever reason, you lost, there was a judgment entered against you, and now some period of time later you're wanting to resolve that. Really a three-step process. Number one is you negotiate either on your own or you hire a lawyer to negotiate a settlement. And normally that's going to be a lump sum settlement. So they say you owe $20,000. Well, you go to them and you offer them X number of dollars. You work out a settlement. And then obviously make sure you pay that settlement. Once it's been paid, and we always use certified funds, so like a cashier's check, a certified check, something where it's not just a personal check that maybe takes 2 or 3 weeks to clear. So once you pay it, that's step one. Step number two is you get the collection lawyer, the creditor's lawyer, to file a piece of paper in court, and it's called a satisfaction of judgment. Well, what does that mean? All it says is, hey, we had a judgment against you, and that judgment has now been satisfied or paid. That's all it means. So somebody looking through the court records, they'd look through, okay, you got sued, all right, you lost, there's a judgment, oh wait, here's a satisfaction of judgment. You don't owe any more money on this. That is your proof that this thing is paid off. Whether you paid 100 cents on the dollar or 1 cent on the dollar, it's paid off. Now, just as a side note, if they put a lien on property, and they've done that through probate court, then you can ask the collection lawyer for what's known, different titles, but basically it's called a release of lien. And that's a document. Now they'll give this to you. You take it down, file it in probate court. I think it's maybe $25 to record it. And it just basically tells the world, hey, that lien is gone. All right, go back to our 3 steps. So number one, you negotiate and pay a lump sum settlement. Number two, you get that satisfaction of judgment file. Number three, if the judgment's on your credit report, and unless it's more than about 7 years, it's going to be on your credit report. But if it's on your credit report, then you want to dispute that through the credit bureaus. Okay? You don't write to the courthouse or anything because they're not the ones reporting on you. The credit bureaus come along, they look, they go, here's a judgment. We'll write that down in your credit report. So you want to send a letter to the credit bureaus and say, hey, look, you were reporting a judgment, and identify the judgment, and it was on this date and this amount, and now, yesterday or whenever, a satisfaction of judgment was filed in the case. And you say, here's a copy of that satisfaction of judgment. So make sure Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, whoever it is, make sure you're reporting this judgment as being paid or zero balance or satisfied. Something so it's very clear that if somebody's going through your credit report, they don't go, oh wow, you have a $14,000 judgment you haven't paid. No, you want, if they're going to report the judgment, they need to report it accurately, that you've paid it, you've satisfied it. If the credit bureaus come back and they do that, that's great. They've done what they're supposed to do. What if they don't do it? Well, if they don't do it, you can ignore it. It's a terrible idea. Number two, you could dispute it again. Sometimes that works. Generally, credit bureaus will say, hey, we've already looked at this. We think you're being frivolous and sending us a second request. Okay? Third option, is one we usually do, is we sue the credit bureau in federal court for money damages. Make sure that judgment's going to come off our credit report. They pay you money and pay us money. Everybody's happy. Well, they're not happy, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So that's what we do. If they're not going to correctly report on your credit report, and you give them a chance, so you send them a letter and say, guys, here's the judgment, here's the satisfaction of judgment. If you don't believe the documents I'm sending you, because a lot of times no matter what you send them, they go, oh, we think those are fake. You go down to the courthouse. I mean, obviously, I went to the courthouse to get the judgment in the first place. So you say to the credit bureau, go to the courthouse, look at this. You can tell the judgment's been vacated or has been satisfied. And when the credit bureaus come back and go, oh no, we're not changing this at all, it's because they just don't care. And they're not interested in having accurate credit reports. So we sue them in federal court to get an accurate credit report. And when we're representing you, one of our requirements is they have to delete it. And then they need to pay money damages. So it's a pretty easy 3-step process. You settle it, get satisfaction and judgment filed, and then dispute with the credit bureaus to make sure your credit reports are accurate. So if you're dealing with this in Alabama and have any questions, give us a call, 205-879-2447, or you can reach us through our main consumer website, alabamaconsumer.com. Thanks for watching this, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.